If we were to ask about a certain Tyrese Haliburton a couple of years ago, no one would have known the guy. But now it seems like everybody is talking about him. It's astonishing how quickly he's risen through the ranks and is now perceived as the hottest young talent in the league. Hello and welcome back to NBA Swish. Today we'll be talking about how Tyrese Haliburton is a beast. I know what you all must be wondering, how did he make a name for himself so quickly? And what makes him such a threat on the court? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions and more, as we delve into the various intricacies surrounding the Indiana Pacers star. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we talk about why Tyrese Haliburton is the player he is today, first let us talk about his development as a player. Tyrese had the unfortunate experience of entering the NBA through the 2020 NBA draft, which you all know was unlike any other due to the ongoing pandemic during that time, and was conducted virtually with players tuning in from their homes. There was limited hype surrounding the drafted players, and since many team scouts couldn't go watch the players in person, it was really hard to determine which players were the best out of the draft picks. Just imagine, there was no in-person combine and no March Madness tournament, making it almost impossible for teams to evaluate talent. A perfect example of this is how the Warriors drafted James Wiseman with the second pick, who turned out to be an utter failure. If this had been any other draft, two things surely might have been different. One was Wiseman not being picked so high, and the second would have been Tyrese Haliburton not being picked so late. For those who don't know, Tyrese was drafted 12th overall. Now, that's not that bad when you compare it to bad picks like Nikola Jokic, who was drafted around the 50th pick, but still, it goes to show how wrong teams got their picks with the first 11 before Tyrese. And well, they might not have known it at the time, but fast forward 3 seasons and one player stands out from the draft: Tyrese Haliburton. Sure, one can argue that Anthony Edwards, who was the first pick, and LaMelo Ball, who was the third pick, have been amazing too. But it's been Tyrese who's been catching the eye of onlookers lately. His record-breaking performances really have cemented his place as one of the best players from the 2020 draft class. But don't think that Haliburton's journey began with such tenacity and eye-catching performances right from the start. Initially, it was met with skepticism. Overlooked in high school, he wasn't even a top 150 recruit. Yeah, you heard that right. And concerns about his size and ability to compete at a collegiate level persisted. However, Haliburton didn't give up and worked hard on his game and eventually silenced those critics, showcasing his skills at Iowa State, refining his game, and proving that he was more than just a talented ball handler. And all that effort worked out for the best in the end, as he's now known as one of the best passers in all of the league. After his uncertain reputation in college, the uncertainty continued to surround Haliburton during draft night. Given the online draft and all, no one really knew where he might end up. People had projected Haliburton to be anywhere in the top 10 to mid-round. And in the end, the Kings took a gamble. And boy, was it some gamble. Right from the get-go in his rookie season, Haliburton proved he was NBA ready. Even though we see him popping off with the Pacers, he started his career with the Kings and was actually averaging over 15 points per game with high efficiency as a rookie for him. He became an essential piece alongside De'Aaron Fox. But here is where things took a wild turn. Oddly, the Kings, unsure about the long-term fit for Haliburton, traded him to the Pacers. And I know what you all must be thinking, why in the world did the Kings throw away such an amazing talent? Well, for starters, Haliburton hadn't reached the levels he's at now. And most importantly, the Kings were eyeing players like Sabonis, who they really needed. This move, though successful for the Kings, marked a turning point for Haliburton. Previously, he had been mostly used as a rotation option off of the bench. Now he was the lead player and floor general for the Pacers. His game soared to new heights. This move was like James Harden and his move from the Thunder to the Rockets. Overnight, the numbers soared exponentially. And well, as you can imagine, with the Pacers, Haliburton's rise continued his third season, earning an all-star nod with over 20 points and 10 assists per game. Those are amazing numbers, and he's been regularly amongst the highest assists in the league. And what's even more impressive is the fact that he was shooting an astounding 44% from 3 on nearly 9 attempts per game, and boasting a 67% true shooting percentage. Now that is just top stuff. It was pretty obvious that with the Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton had slowly solidified himself as a force to be reckoned with, putting himself among one of the best players in the league right now. But Haliburton's impact extends beyond individual stats. Remember when I said he regularly had the highest assists in the league? Well, this past season, he led the league in assists, orchestrating the Pacers' offense to historic levels. Now, when you have such a passer on your team, the team is bound to improve its overall scoring. And that's why the Pacers are averaging 127 points per game right now, the most in their NBA history. Now that is legendary stuff. He's not only transformed the Pacers into an offensive powerhouse, but but he's already ensured himself to become a Pacers legend. We've been comparing Haliburton's effect on the Pacers, which has helped the team become the best version of itself in all of its history. But now let us talk about his effect on the team compared to other teams. Did you know that Haliburton's court vision and playmaking abilities draw defenses away from the paint, allowing for the Pacers to excel in perimeter shooting? And this is really important for any team when it comes to their offensive scoring. There's a reason why the Pacers have become a team with the highest offensive rating in the league, shooting efficiently from both beyond the arc and inside. And yes, you heard that correctly, they are the most efficient offensive team in the NBA. However, the Pacers are currently the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, which is quite lackluster if you're the best offensive team in the league. Why is that so? Well, it mostly boils down to the Pacers' defensive struggles. While the team has been incredibly efficient offensively, defensively, they're actually quite poor. The perfect example was how they reached the finals of the NBA in-season tournament, but failed to win it against the much more experienced and defensively secure Lakers. The final really highlighted the need for improvement in defense if the team aims to become true championship contenders. I'm not saying they are right now, but who knows, they might be able to post up a deep playoff run this season too, as despite the defensive woes, they are one of the most exciting teams in the league, captivating fans with their high-octane style of play. And we really hope that they manage to do so, because if any team deserves some silverware, it's the Pacers. It's really crazy to see how at a mere 23 years old, Tyrese Haliburton is not only a rising star, but the driving force behind the Indiana Pacers' pursuit of becoming the most formidable offensive unit in NBA history. I mean, it's almost surreal to see that his impact transcends individual brilliance as he orchestrates a transformative shift in the team's dynamics, propelling them to new heights of collective excellence. We all have been witness to Haliburton's journey from an underrated high school player to an overshadowed rookie with the Kings, and eventually a linchpin in the Pacers' dynamic offense. The journey has been crazy. It stands as a compelling narrative of resilience and hard work, inspiring a generation of aspiring talents to defy expectations. In the hyper-competitive world of the NBA, a player once ignored is now impressively proving everyone wrong. Haliburton deserves all of the fame he's getting. The Pacers are changing the narrative of what's possible on the basketball court thanks to Haliburton's astute leadership. And I'm absolutely sure they're going to win something if they have at least one more quality player who can defend. But one thing is for sure, Haliburton's meteoric rise isn't just a stepping stone to stardom. It's a complete reversal of his career trajectory. With his undeniable talent and leadership, the future does not just appear bright, it has the potential to be revolutionary. Don't trust me? This kid is young. He's just going to improve even more in the coming years. The MVP crown is waiting for him. Just wait and watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.